According to the St. Louis County Prosecutor in charge of the grand jury prosecution of Officer Darren Wilson in the killing of unarmed teenager Michael Brown, Bob McCulloch, that prosecutor, says that obviously some people were not telling the truth as witnesses on that grand jury. Specifically, McCulloch talked about one woman who said she witnessed the shooting, and it was later completely clear that she was not present at the shooting. According to McCulloch, she recounted a story right out of the newspaper based on what he said on KTRS radio, and the story recounted matched up with the account of Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson completely, and the prosecutor says clearly she was lying. Of course, people are saying, perjury, why is there going to be no prosecution here? These people lied to the grand jury. The prosecutor, Bob McCulloch, is saying he knows that she lied. At least one person lied, and he says others did as well to the grand jury. Why are we not going to have prosecution? It's actually quite common that you don't have prosecution for perjury. It is very difficult to prove perjury because it comes down to, what did the person say? What did the person understand themselves to be saying? What did they understand the question to be? And did they know they were lying when they said it? And as you can imagine, Lewis, it is so difficult to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, in the same way that we're talking about with the Glenn Beck lawsuit when he targeted that Saudi student after the Boston Marathon bombing, and he's now being sued. It will have to be demonstrated that Glenn Beck either knowingly lied or didn't care about whether he was lying or telling the truth when he talked about how the Saudi guy clearly was involved. We would really have to have a way to confirm what was this woman thinking when she provided this testimony. And it is truly sad because we have circumstances where the prosecutor is being very clear that the grand jury testimony that subsequently led to a non-indictment of a police officer was in part comprised of straight up fabrications.
Yes, it's going to be very hard to prove that someone lied. We know, we've seen plenty of, televised cases, the O.J. Simpson trial. I mean, being under oath means absolutely nothing. And unfortunately, our legal system depends on people, and people do not tell the truth.
No, people often don't. And sadly, it is unlikely that we will ever have any kind of explanation as to, well, what if we were to redo the grand jury this time just with the truth? Because how do you prove when someone is lying? And how do you prove that they may just not have remembered the incident with the clarity that we might have hoped? Very, very complicated situation, but no question that it is incredibly disturbing. Next, I will debate the removal of the Cuban embargo with someone who wants to see it stay.